Star Citizen's patch 3.18 has a long list of new features being introduced to the PU. But what effect does these changes have on the ship meta and balance? Hello, my name is Forefox, and today I want to discuss with you the new changes in Star Citizen that will shift alien ships into a higher tier of combat gameplay. This video will have 3 sections, the first of which is going to be about shield changes, the second will be about hull HP, finally we have our third section, which is going to be about ballistic weapons and alien ships. I'm a new YouTuber, so by the end of this video, please let me know if you like this format, and any sort of feedback would be really helpful. Chapter 1. Shield changes. So let's begin with the first subject, shield changes. On November 30th, 2022, CIG announced that they will be implementing a change to the shields that will lower the percentage of the amount of ballistic ammunitions it will absorb. This is to help facilitate soft death in the persistent universe, which in turn helps salvage. Now, I should probably let you know that there exists an alien shield that is able to prevent most ballistic ammunition from penetrating the hull. That's called the Sucheron shields. This shield is available on the Banu Defender, the Asperia Talon, the Talon Shrike variant, and the Asperia Prowler. In a previous patch, the Sucheron shields were highly desirable for this reason, but I believe it was nerfed in a general shield balance pass when capacitors were introduced in patch 3.14. We did get confirmation from YogiClat that the Sucheron shields should receive an update once the team has time to conduct a component and weapon balance pass, but this won't be coming in the initial 3.18 patch. So now let's move on to what changes this affects downstream and what it will translate to. Chapter 2, Hull HP. So for our second subject, I think we're at a point now that HP is going to matter a lot more in this patch than ever before. In the coming weeks, I think a lot of people will be having the discussions of balance of ship hulls. So let's have that discussion now since this information is relevant. On the Urkel website, there is a tab called Ships and Vehicles that allows you to compare vehicles to one another. Most importantly, we can sort the vehicle list by HP. There are a few ships that I would like to show you. The first being the Retaliator Bomber, sitting at the top of the list at 364,000 HP. The Constellation series of ships make up the most of the top 10 HP ships, sitting around an average of 170,000 on the list. I believe the Constellation series has so much HP because of the engines and to keep them from falling off so easily. Next, I made a list of a few outliers. The first being the Banu Defender, sitting at 14,100, while the Anvil Hurricane is sitting at 18,590. You could calculate the percent difference using this formula, which gives you an approximately 32% difference going for the Defender to the Hurricane. Next, the 600i sits at 29,000, while the 400i is sitting at 80,000, which is approximately 175% difference going from the 600i to the 400i. This doesn't make too much sense, but wait till I show you the next comparison. I was today years old when I found out the Ursa Rover has more hull HP than the Asperia Prowler. Most of you who follow my channel know that I'm a diehard fan of the Prowler. I don't think I'll ever trade it in. It's definitely my fly what you like the most ship, but I will say this. The Prowler's true stealth comes from CIG neglecting it. You could see that I have included the Vanguard Hoplite in this list, sitting at 42.4k HP, and the Prowler sitting at 21.95k, which is about a 93% difference going from the Prowler to the Hoplite, or about 100% difference going from the Prowler to the Valkyrie, another dropship. Compare that to the 3.9% difference from the Hoplite to the Valkyrie. Just saying, a HP buff for the Prowler would be an awesome and gratifying Christmas present. But what it lacks in hull HP will make up for in ballistic damage, which brings up my third point. Chapter 3, Ballistic Weapons. So for our last subject, we need to talk about 2 weapons. The Size 4 AD4B and the Size 5 AD5B ballistic Gatling weapons. Simply put, I am predicting that these weapons will be the main reason why most alien ships will be pirating and shredding other ships to pieces. They have the most significant amount of ammunition when compared to other ballistic weapons of the same class. They pretty much relieve any kind of ballistic ammo count anxiety, especially the Size 5 variant, which is an excellent platform to install in the Asperia Prowler. I should also note that the Asperia Glaive also has 2 Size 5 hardpoints, but the weapons cannot be swapped out, most likely because it is one of the original ships made in early development. For the Size 4 variant, there's a few notable ships that you could attach them to. I would recommend them on the Asperia Talon Light Fighter. I personally am looking forward to how the Talon holds up in the light fire meta, because as you know, the Gladius and Arrow do not have Size 4 hardpoints. This change should be able to shake up the meta. Once 3.18 goes live, a few org mates and I plan on picking up the piracy hat in our alien/stealth organization, Dream Squad. Another ship that we should talk about is the Apoa Cartual. an alien ship equipped with 2 size 4 hardpoints like the Talon. This ship is not too common in the verse, but I am imagining that the Talon and the Cartual is going to be contending for the S class in the tiers for PvP combat. Of course, we also have to mention the Drake Buccaneer with its 1 size 4 hardpoint. I'm still rooting for the Buccaneer. I'm pretty excited for 3.18, especially with the boarding gameplay potential with the Asperia Prowler. Distortion weapons also got a buff as well, and I look forward to the potential gameplay that brings. Might use the Prowler's airlock doors to unload a boarding party. So that brings us to the end of the video. If you have any alien or stealth ships, especially of the Tavaran type, feel free to hop on our Discord where we are growing a community of pilots interested in alien ships. I wish you all well. Have a good one.